Welcome everyone, finally back for the expansion team series. It has been a while. We won the Super Bowl with Caleb Williams, and I went also back to the beginning of the season and tested how the season was with Tom Brady. If you missed that, check that out. That was kind of a experiment. So back now to the original expansion team with Caleb Williams as our quarterback. And yeah, since we had some Texans episode, a suggestion for the 2024 version in between, let's quickly take a look at the stats and also the team. Currently, the roster looks really good. I mean, we won the Super Bowl, well deserved, a great offense with Caleb Williams. Bijan, our wide receiver core, looks awesome and promising. Great O-line, Zach Ertz as our tight end, and defensively, Derek Brown as our defensive tackle, aging Hayward and Will Anderson as edge rushers, linebackers, not the best ones on paper, but if I remember correctly, they had a great season, awesome secondary, and also on safety, not that bad. In the offseason, we need to replace some positions. We have upcoming free agents in Zach Ertz, in AJ Dillon, Javon Taylor, so some backups here, also linebacker, but mainly Zach Ertz seems to be the only starter in here. And for next season, we have a projected salary cap of 35 million. So we have some room to spend and give out new contracts. Will be also interesting to see what we're going to have in the draft. We will deep dive into scouting in a minute, but we have the Packers first round pick. And as far as I know, the Packers pick pretty high, top 3 or something like that, maybe even first overall, 3 wins, tied with the Texans and Raiders, and also Seahawks. So we could, at worst case, have the 4th overall pick, which would still be pretty good. And there are some interesting prospects available, but we're going to have a deeper look into that in a second. Let's quickly check out the stats. Caleb Williams, as you saw, a great rookie season for him, also great quarterback rate. In terms of rushing, Bijan is still our leading rusher. We need to maybe look for the second running back. Tank Bigsby had also a great rookie year, as far as I remember. Yeah, undrafted free agent. Receiving, Jalen Waddle, our main threat, the new addition we added at the beginning of the year. A great acquisition for us, a really deep threat. That was one of the main reasons we were really good on offense. Defensively, not too many sacks, no one with over 10 sacks. As I said, our linebackers were pretty good, but edge rusher Cameron Hayward, still has 1 year left on the contract, so that might be an option to free even more cap space. So free agency is going to be big, but Will Anderson, unfortunately, only 2 sacks. That is not good, and 1 sack the year before. So not the best player so far for us. And interceptions, Mike Hughes, Nasir Adderley, Marcus Peters leading our team. That just as a quick overview. Quickly checking if we are somewhere here in the league leaders. Don't know if I already showed that in previous episodes. Caleb Williams, top 3 in passing yards, number 1 in passing touchdowns. I remember that. Passer rating, actually second one. That's pretty good. Rushing yards is Bijan, of course, in there. Not so much 4 touchdowns. Receiving yards, Jalen Waddle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I already showed that, but maybe good to remember since the last episode. It has been a while, and we need to get ready for the offseason, think about new additions, and I think edge rusher might be very high on our list. So edge rusher, maybe some depth offensively. We need a new tight end, but we could also add someone through the draft, which is a great transition to the college world. So let's jump back to the awards and check out some players for the draft. So, as you might remember, the Georgia Bulldogs won the championship with a win against the Oklahoma State Cowboys. And now it's time to check out the awards for the season. So, best quarterback, Ian Bollard, a freshman. As you might remember, not many good quarterbacks out there right now. He's someone for the future. Thankfully, we have our quarterback for the future. And also here the best defensive player, Calvin Huntley, a freshman. Edge rusher, had 20 sacks. Redshirt freshman, he missed the last year, but 20 sacks is really, really good. Awesome personality, so might be someone to remember for the future. Best running back, he is available for the draft, Russell Smith. So someone to remember, great personality. We actually need a running back. I like the combination of agility and speed. Also decent strength, but yeah, the ratings will be adjusted to the pro version. So not sure if he will be really good, but workout fanatic as a trade, I will definitely write down the name. Looking at the stats, 12 touchdowns, 1,500 yards. That's really, really good. And maybe one of the key factors why Oklahoma State was able to get into the finals, receiving not that much involved, but here this season a really electric player. Interesting to look at. So back to the overview, most outstanding quarterback, of course, again, Bollard. Best senior QB, Clay Millen, 40 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Also a lot of yards, great performance for the Colorado State quarterback. Yeah, good ratings overall. Might be someone for the late rounds, but thankfully we have Casey Case, who actually helped us to win the Super Bowl. He could maybe be our quarterback number 3 if he's available in the late rounds. We'll also write the name down. Best receiver is a junior, Brandon Bear, looks really, really good. Best tight end, Brock Bowers. There he is, the player I mentioned and who is actually really for me in consideration to pick top 5. He's really, really good. Will be interesting to see how this is translated to the pro version. I love Brock Bowers. He's also a workout fanatic. That is really good. 9 touchdowns this year, only 500 yards. Not sure if this is a college thing where they're not that involved, but I also saw in the pro version that tight ends might help, but are not the best weapon. So not sure if it is really a good idea to spend a top 5 pick here in the game on Brock Bowers. Please write in the comments what you would do, because looking at the time, I will most likely go through scouting and free agency today, but not the draft. Awesome player. I really love Brock Bowers. Best lineman is a freshman, so not taking a closer look here. Calvin Huntley, we already had him. Also freshman Joshua Church. Malachi Starks is also someone for the draft. Great safety, only 20 years old. Also really good personality. I like his 100 team player. Malachi Starks, locker room leader. Yeah, that is someone we just need to have. Don't know where he's going to be projected in the draft, but Malachi Starks, free safety, also a name I'm going to write down. I mean, I'm going to see him most likely in round 1, but if not, he is a no-brainer pick with this personality. And yeah, I'm totally missed to look at the stats. 4 interceptions, no sacks, 3 forced fumbles, so great year for the Georgia defender. And other than that, no special teamers in here. So Senior Bowl time, Quinn Ewers and J.J. McCarthy, of course, up here, the best 2 quarterbacks projected for the draft. Will be interesting to see where they go. Let's see if we missed someone with outstanding stats. 90 pancakes is pretty good. Wyatt Merlum, 5th year senior, also great personality. will end up on my shortlist. Then looking at the rest here, no tight ends, wide receiver, that are some impressive numbers. Stewart, also here, what a personality. Really good speed, really good agility. And with the stats, I'm saying it every time, but he ends up on my shortlist. Other than that, the rest of the wide receivers also look pretty good. I won't get into everyone here. Ekbuka, maybe the most famous name here out of this group. But yeah, I am going to do some scouting either way, because this won't be a one-to-one translation into the pro game. Just quickly looking at the South team, if there are some outstanding O-liners, Tristan Lay, not the best leadership, but a lot of pancakes. I like that. Brock Bowers, of course, in here. He is already on my short list. Receivers, 22 touchdowns is impressive. But again, yeah, every receiver has over 90 skill rating, great speed, so not much to get out of that. Also, not too many sacks here. Really looking for an edge rusher. There we have one, 18 sacks, Christian Booth. But yeah, also with the 75 overall, he won't play an impact on the pro level. Jaden Jones as well. Blaine Toll. Yeah, good for college level, but not really for the pro version. Did not check the edge rushers here. But yeah, similar situation. There is not really one that stands out. Safety Malachi Starks, we already looked at him. But yeah, that's it for scouting for right now. We will go back to free agency and then maybe take a deeper look before we're going to start the draft. We start the year off with a new hire, a new offensive coordinator since ours left and was not responsible for the offense. I also guess that Raymond Zimmer won't be responsible for our offense. Our head coach does a good job. Personality not the best. With him, I like the development and skill position development here. So yeah, and he honestly was the best option on the market. So not many good coaches available, unfortunately. Yeah, he will be our new offensive coordinator, not the best record, but let's hope that he will do a better job for us. And great news, actually. I just saw that, we have the first overall pick. So the Packers were the worst team in the NFL. We have the first overall pick. And that's actually it. So one first round pick, maybe trading down, as I said, Malachi Starks and also Brock Bowers on the short list. Right now, we'll do scouting, of course, after that. But yeah, will be interesting to see who is actually available in free agency. We have 35 million left to spend with a potential additional 20 million, freeing up the cap space for releasing or trading Cameron Hayward. And let's hope there are good free agents here. There is something to work with. Chase Young should be high on our list. Let's quickly check out his stats. Good personality, 90 overall. But I don't really like the sack numbers. Okay, not so sure. I will do some research off screen and we'll get back with the offers in a second. So a lot of money to spend, but I don't really know where to spend the money. We need tight ends definitely, so I made 2 offers to Irv Smith and Tommy Tremble. Still maybe looking to draft Brock Bowers, but unfortunately not that many good tight ends here available in free agency. So these 2 are targets for me. Michael Pittman, really interesting option. We have money and I really, really don't know where to spend it. So 1 year, 89 overall, Michael Pittman could be a great addition. Has not been the best wide receiver here for the Colts. Great in yards, not that good in touchdowns, but for us, he could be really, really great for 1 year. I would be willing to do that, of course. And 2 cornerbacks and Chase Young, I really thought about it. I I'm afraid of these numbers. Actually, I mean, the sack numbers are not good at all. But there are no options. And he is 90 overall. Maybe he can get better. I won't get Brian Burns. You saw what that led to in the Texans series. And Richie Grant, free safety, 7 million. He is 90 overall. 7 million would be kind of a steal for him. We currently have our free safety in the Seattle. In reality, I think he just ended his career, so maybe he will do the same for us. 8 interceptions for Atlanta last year is, of course, outstanding. So let's see what we can do here. Let's complete the first day. And Michael Pittman is gone. 25 million to the Texans. I was not planning on doing that. So the Texans overpay. Jonah Jackson, actually one of the better free agents here available. 91 overall. But we just don't need guards. Chase Young, we are second place. So the Giants want him. But for the rest, it really looks good. So we need to spend a little bit more money on Chase Young. Currently, we have the cap space, but we also need to sign the free agent class. So let's see where that leaves us. But of course, signing Chase Young would mean that we most likely say goodbye to Cameron Hayward. So let's go to nearly 26 million here, or actually let's do 26.2 and front load that. Should we do that? Yeah, maybe. Currently, we are in a good cap situation, so we could spend nearly 30 million on Chase Young for the next year. Let's see if he signs. Won't sign anyone here from the rest of the free agents before the draft. Let's focus on these players, do the draft, and then maybe fill our needs after that. Think we're pretty good right now. We need a tight end. And we get one. Irv Smith is our new tight end, number 1, 77 overall. Horrible personality, unfortunately. But he was a little bit of an impact for the Vikings. Still, hopefully, signing him as tight end number 2. But for now, we are set. And that actually gives us the option to look into another direction in the draft. Chase Young, we're still second place here. That is not good. We need to offer him more. Okay, so maybe 27 million, but that's honestly the maximum I'm going to give him. He is not worth the money. That could be really, really risky for us. We could, of course, release or trade him, but right now we need edge help, so I'm really desperate. No signings for us, but also no losses, so still second place on Chase Young. I'm not offering more, honestly. But for the rest, we are still in the lead. Don't really need Tommy Tremble right now, but yeah, let's still keep the offer. It's 2 more weeks and no signings. George Odom might have been someone we could have focused on, but signs a really high contract. So yeah, I think we're good to go. Final week of free agency. Let's see if something changed. Still on the lead for everyone here. Really want to have Grant. That would be really cool. So let's sim the day. And well, we signed Tommy Tremble, at least tight end number 2. So we are set here. He is a little bit of a better personality. Especially I like the team player. Stats similar to Irv Smith, so not the biggest impact. Receiving tight end, does not like Brian Burns. But yeah, he will maybe also play tight end 2 or 3 for us. So tight end, we're set again. And with that, we are in scouting and we have the first overall pick. And projected to maybe go with Jared Verse. Totally forgot about him, actually. He is a good edge player, a really, really good edge player. I will do some scouting, of course, and might consider him. So Jared Verse, someone I, of course, highlighted during the last episodes Malachi Starks, as you saw, and here Brock Bowers, a great tight end. Oh, he is actually Malachi Starks. Not that good for us, but I think out of those three players, we need to decide actually. Brian Hansen, wide receiver. I don't think wide receiver is a realistic option for us. So yeah, Brock Bowers, Jared Verse, or Malachi Starks as potential top 5 picks. Trading down, unfortunately, does not work. So I think we're going to draft one first overall. Maybe trying to trade down a few spots and try to get some value out of it. Unfortunately, it's not that good. And yeah, check out the video I released last week about hopefully a new in-draft trading system I worked on, or actually worked on the prototype to propose that idea. But that would be so cool to actually get value for trading down. Don't want to repeat everything from the video. Get back to watch it. But yeah, for this episode, I think that could be enough. So next week we're taking the time to go through the draft. Please let me know which player I should draft here. I mean, I have 1 week time to think about that. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the expansion team episode. Finally back, not with some games, not with the interesting draft action, but a little bit of off-season to get back into the topic. Enjoy your week, everyone, and see you next time for the draft. Bye-bye.